Governor Cooper declares a state of emergency ahead of Hurricane Helene, activates National Guard and deploys swift water teams in advance of the storm. Raleigh. Today, Governor Roy Cooper declared a state of emergency ahead of Hurricane Helene as North Carolina prepares for severe weather impacts that could threaten life and property across North Carolina through Saturday morning. Helene is forecast to cause significant impacts, including flash flooding, numerous landslides, damaging debris flows, slope failures across steep terrain, and riverine flooding across portions of western North Carolina and portions of central North Carolina. Flooding may occur in areas that do not typically flood. All North Carolinians should be weather aware and prepared. Tropical storm force winds are possible across western North Carolina late Thursday into Friday. With already saturated soils, trees could fall, causing widespread power outages. There is a potential for tornadoes with this storm system. Tornadoes from tropical systems can quickly spin up with little warning. Helene threatens heavy rain, flash flooding, landslides, and damaging winds to the mountains and Piedmont areas of our state, said Governor Cooper. Now is the time for North Carolinians to prepare. Make sure emergency kits are up to date and pay attention to the weather alerts in your area. The State Emergency Response Team is deploying equipment, personnel, and resources to support impacted communities including North Carolina, swift water rescue teams, and urban search and rescue teams resources from the North Carolina National Guard, and specialized personnel for communications and incident management support. North Carolina residents are advised to stay aware and keep a watch on the forecast. State officials advise these tips to make sure your family is personally prepared. Have multiple ways to receive emergency information, including watches and warnings. Make sure emergency alerts are enabled on your cell phone and monitor local news outlets and the National Weather Service. Ensure that you have multiple ways to receive warnings, especially with the potential for severe storms to be moving through during nighttime hours. Have an emergency plan. Know where you would go if you need to evacuate, especially if you live in a flood-prone area. Gather emergency supplies or refresh your emergency kit. Visit readingc.gov for info on how to build an emergency kit. Never drive through flooded roadways or around barricades. Turn around, don't drown. Make sure you know where to seek shelter if a tornado warning is issued for your area. Check to see if your local emergency management office offers emergency alert services for its residents. You can visit your county government website for more information. Avoid unnecessary travel. If you do not need to drive, stay home. You can find current roadway conditions by visiting drivance.gov. The state of emergency facilitates state emergency operations and allows for the North Carolina Department of Transportation and the North Carolina Department of Public Safety to take action to ensure the quick movement of utility vehicles to eliminate power outages, vehicles carrying essential supplies such as food, medicine, and fuel, or transporting livestock, poultry, and crops.